What's happening, people? Hope you can hear me, by the way, because I'm using my microphone for the first time. But nevertheless, it's a bit sweaty in the UK, so I look very sweaty right now. And I've got to shut my curtains because you know how it is? It's damn hard in here and the sun's in my eyes. But everyone in the chat who's going to join as well. It's very, very important. Smash the likes on the way in. Subscribe. Good people. Road to 2K. Yes, Godfrey. Always showing love. And Godfrey, you didn't send me your URL or URL, we're going to call it, to make your moderator. So can you actually do that, bro, if you're listening? Because I know people are going to join and it gets lost in the comments. So let's make sure we do that, yeah? And also, like my friend Godfrey said, I need to update this because it's less now. But I'm very, very close to 1.4 thousand. So if you man could subscribe, that'll do me a big favor, yeah? Also, Dev's here and Joey's here. Their respective links will be below as well. So you already know the vibes already. The lap at the Bernabeu, shake my head. Listen, Chelsea fans 1 minute are happy, then we're upset. Let's see how this is going to go. It's going to be a very, very interesting stream. Let's bring the mandem in. Dev's in the building, as always. And we've got Joey as well. Back in the cut, man. Dev's there as well, man. What are you man saying? Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. I was
hear you good.
messing with
I'm using the microphone, yeah, new one.
Nice. Yeah, no, it's been a good week, man. It's been a good week. Like we got everything that we asked for from our football club. It's just been a good week overall. Like even bro, it's so early in the window for anybody to just be expecting that we're going to show up to the Bernabeu with this team. Like we're going to get more players. Like you guys are acting a little bit. People are acting a little bit crazy already, bro. It's like, bro, we've been in the market. The market technically hasn't even opened up yet, and people are already complaining.
Yeah, I know. They're melting down already, Dre. So dumb.
It's literally not open. Like we're not technically nobody has bought in anybody technically, bro. Nobody has bought in anybody yet technically because the window doesn't open for another 2 days.
Hopefully, it's not even. I've got Twitter here, so I'm looking for updates right now as we speak, just so I can update Joey and Dev as well, innit? But Joey, man, let's start there. What a good week it's been. And what a good week it's been because you know how I know it's long, Joey, yeah? When the whole week leading up to it, you got Forest, then you got Betis. We win both games. I've heard nothing about the games.
Yep.
Nothing.
What we've been hearing about is how much we celebrate.
When they have to speak about it, you know when they're kids, like you're forced, you got to tell your kids to eat dinner, innit? It's like they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to eat. It's like, oh, yeah, well done, Chelsea, innit? Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Like, bro, this is why I don't like football content. It's so jarring. When you lose, everyone's there. When you win, no one's there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But do you agree with that?
Now it's just the Conference League. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. Oh, yeah, it's a Conference League. Don't over-celebrate. It's like, bro, shut up.
Yeah, don't over-celebrate. Exactly.
If we'd lost, do you know how much people would have been questioning us the whole summer?
Not for nothing. Look at how people acted. Go look at the reaction streams from when we went down 1-0. People were celebrating like it was 90 minutes. We lost the trophy. Everybody, we're in the mud, all this other shit. In the first half, people were celebrating on our downfall. But when we win, we're not allowed to celebrate. They can celebrate our downfall, but we're not allowed to celebrate when we win. Make sense.
That's why I'm keeping energy the same. That's why I was so shameless.
Make it make sense.
Like, Joey, you see what I'm saying? It makes sense, doesn't it? Because if we'd lost, they would have been crushing us the same way I celebrated. So I just returned the favor. And that's why they didn't know how to take it. Because, why are you over-celebrating? Because, bro, if we had lost the game, we would have got crashed on. Crashed on. You know what I mean? But you know what? I hope Robert can join us because he's too funny. He's just put on top of Shirky how the mighty City have fallen. Shirky, Morgan Gibbs-White, and Reinders. Proper mid-table recruitment. That's so funny.
Like Robert M. Robert?
Yeah, Robert. Yeah. I love Robert, man. He was on the show last, didn't it? And the panel loved it. B-O-E-E. Be up Nehemiah. I have a feeling Gyokeres is coming. Like Joey said, I'm going to get Deb's opinion now. This is the free-for-all type of the stream. Then we'll speak about specific players. So we can talk about anything you might want. Pause. But listen, Dev. Like, is the window open yet? Or am I going mad? Because To me, it's not even open. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the window's closed. Well, you know what I mean. Not open yet.
So why are people melting down? Why are people acting like, I've heard Joey and Dev tells, oh, why are we not going for a second striker? Is Delap going to be number one? You
Because
idiot.
it's 2025
You
and people have their agendas.
Did you not hear what they said? They said they wanted to bring in a striker before CWC. That's what we've done. Now we're gonna wait and just because we're in a good position now because we've got one of the main things we needed. We needed a backup striker. What do you call Delap? Would you call him? We don't want to speak on him right now in this segment, but would you call him a second striker, promising striker? What would you call him in the squad? Starting striker,
rotational striker.
Okay, rotational striker. So we got one of the most important pieces we need this summer, which is what?
Well, bro, we got the piece that we needed last summer. This was a year late, by the way. Like this is all just a year late. They're just getting it done early, so we have it for the Club World Cup. But bro, we needed another striker, regardless on the scenario, regardless if it was Osimhen, regardless, in my opinion, if it was anybody else, because I'm done with Nico, like most people are. I'm done with Nico. Like we just have to understand, like, we needed one no matter what. And it got done early, and we got it done for cheap. And it's one that we can actually rely upon in Premier League games for at least from sixth probably down of the teams in the Premier League. We can rely on Liam Delap from sixth down. Like it's really that simple, in my opinion, bro. Like he is he can be relied upon in this football team. Period. Like period. We're gonna have to. And by the way, that whole Euro situation, he's only gone for the group stages. He'll be back for after the group stages, which is only 3 games, anyways.
Yeah, 100%.
There's only 3 games that he's gonna miss, even if he were to go to the Euros. Internal destruction of what's going on with our football, with our fan base, is just so unnecessary, bro. It's just so fucking unnecessary.
Evan, big up Evan. Hopefully you subscribe. Not sure if you do. Big up the panel. Love for the love. This is for Devon. We're going to speak on this. Ches got a theory. Said it to Joey. Liverpool get Ekitike. I think Chelsea get Gyokeres, or vice versa, whoever gets who. Yeah. Like Ben Jacobs just basically said nothing earlier. I listened to it on the Football Terrace. He didn't really add anything. I just listened
to him on United Stand, actually. I was just listening to him.
Did he say anything different either, or they all said the same thing?
It's all the same shit, thing. Bro. It's all the same shit.
What
it is, there's 2 types of planning for clubs right now. There's the clubs that are in the Club World Cup that are planning for that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's the clubs that are planning in the Club World Cup. Those clubs, the ones that we're planning for, they have a whole nother window afterwards that they have to understand that they're going to have to be able to make moves and make sales after the Club World Cup. Like, it's literally our season's not fucking over. Okay. Like literally it is not over. Like, we are going for another trophy in a week or so. Like that is that's the reality of what's going on right now. Okay. Yeah, the window's open, but right now the team is going to be fielding players in a few weeks in America. So like, we need to be ready for that. And we weren't even fully ready for our year this year. We had 1 striker. Like, the entire year we had 1 striker. So now we've taken it upon ourselves to get the second one, and that's it.
Facts. And Devin, man, this week's been crazy. How impressed have you been with the players this week?
I'm
just happy with the standard?
I'm happy with I'm happy with the standard, essentially, but I'm not saying it as the total standard. It's, what the targets were. The targets were to bring the Conference League home. That, I think, was the bare minimum. And then past that, it was to qualify for Champions League, and he did both what I'll credit the team for is their mentality. I think there was a mentality jump at the end of the season versus the last, I want to say 3 seasons we've seen, where obviously the players have grown to the extent of, you see team chemistry, you see like people fighting for each other, people hyping up their teammates, i.e. Enzo and Reese, like you're seeing like bonds forming. And I think that's critical to not only the style of play, which is requiring so much intricacies on the wings and passing back to the team in the midfield, but we're building actual camaraderie. And I think that's very important. As far as the standard, let's be real, that's top 4. That's basic. Like for the club of how we consider Chelsea, the stature of what we are, you should be getting Champions League. If not, you should be in the top 6 minimum and competing for a trophy. I don't think we've ever changed our standard there. In regards to the strikers, once again, I don't know how people are mad about cover. So a lot of people are done with Jackson, right? I've been saying use Jackson as a left forward, stop using him as a striker, and maybe we can actually use him for depth. I'm not saying as a starter. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying imagine if in this hypothetical you get Delap, you get one more main striker, and after that you get a Rodrigo, and then Jackson becomes left cover. Do you see where I'm going with this? Now we have options up front. Now we're supposed to have a certified striker up front. Now I'm sure we're going to get into the striker targets and which ones they are. I'll leave you to segue that. But essentially, I'm just happy from a mentality standpoint. Like I saw a mentality jump, and I think that was one of the most important things about us, reaching our targets at the end of the season.
Joey, mentality's changed a bit, man. Not a lot, because it is top 4, and that requires a different mentality to like winning majors and getting top 1. And it is conversely.
Yeah, I'm going to use a different word than mentality. I'm going to use the word culture. I feel like this group of players have grown with this manager because the manager has a culture within the football club that everybody is very tight knit. You didn't see this as much last year. Like we saw it in moments, like per se, like the Manchester United winner. Like we got that moment, and you saw the group get closer to each other, get closer with each other. But this year, it really felt like this is like this group. There's no oddballs in this group. You know what I'm saying? Everybody feels like they're a part of this team, and like you can see it like on the pitch. You can see it in the celebrations. You can see it in the post-match celebrations. Like this is a culture that they're building within this football team right now, and that word culture is something that once you start winning, it can compound if you have culture. If you have a certain culture in the locker room, it can compound into more and more impressive things and more impressive things. And this football club, once again, is like this football club again is meant for us to be winning. Like that's what they're trying to build, is a team that's trying to be winning, and not just now, but for years and years to come. Because look at the age of our group. Like this is just going to continue to grow based off of who we already have. And as long as you're filling the spots that are required based off of our weaknesses, this is just going to continue to compound based off of the culture that he's already built within the team. It's a big thing. Chaz, I don't know if you watch NBA very much, right?
No, you know what? I lost this over there. I need to.
But the team that I like to compare this to in the NBA is the Thunder. They built a team with just young stars, just young players. They thought that were good. They pulled players from teams that were sitting on the bench, and they made him a star, aka Schaefer. That Schaefer OKC, for us, it's Cole. Like literally, it's
comparing to NBA.
Model. No, I've been comparing this model for over a year. I've been comparing it to OKC for over a year, and now look where they are. After 4 years, they're in the NBA Finals. They're more than likely to win the NBA Finals because they're the deepest team. They're the best team that's left in the playoffs, and my team's still left in the playoffs. And I have to say that they're the best teams. They're the best team left in the playoffs. So like this is the way that this is going to grow. You're starting to see the steps that are being made. They got the manager. This is the manager for now. Everybody can piss off if you don't think it's the manager for now.
Yeah,
He's our manager for right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's building a culture just like this young OKC team that's taking their young players into big games and winning consistently. That's where we're at as a football team. And that's like the type of
that's our next thing. We need to start doing that.
So now, Chaz, I want you to go like look up OKC, look up like what they've done over the last few years as an NBA franchise, and just see the way that they built it. And it's identical, bro. It's literally identical. Young players, they bring in a few little bit older, not like tremendously older, because the culture is the culture. You know what I'm saying? You can't bring in an older player and ruin the culture because like they're not going to fit in with these 23-year-olds. A 29-year-old's not going to fit in with a 23-year-old. Do you see where I'm going with it?
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. 100%. That was a good breakdown from Joe, to be fair. And why he did that, I just researched very quick on ChatGPT. So it looks like in terms of this squad and stuff, the season ended obviously like 5 days ago. So we have a little window now from the 1st or 2nd to the 10th, where there's qualifiers and stuff like that for the international. And the Club World Cup starts on the 16th. And then if we make it to the final knockout rounds, the maximum we'll play until is July the 13th. So it could last a month. And then obviously if we get that far, they'll get a month off after that if we do win it. So they could potentially have like a month and a bit off or a month off. So I was just wondering about the welfare of the players because they play quite a lot of football, innit? So
yeah, and there's also a lot, but we have a big team too. So like that's kind of the other side of it. We have a big squad that is going to go to that Club World Cup. I'm guessing probably be around 40 guys.
I think Esteval can't play for us. He's still playing for Palmeiras,
yeah,
right?
He's playing for Palmeiras, correct.
And Santos will come back.
Santos will come back.
Delap, I think we'll be able to play.
Well, Delap will be able to play after the first 3 games. He'll be able to play because that's when the Euros will finish up. And that's assuming that England make it to the final.
But there's only 3 games before the knockouts.
Yeah. And
so
that's when by the time the knockouts come around,
he should be there. Yeah. That's by the way, guys. That's in a month's time, so the end of June. For context.
Yeah. We'll be all right.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. We'll speak on it now in terms of strikers. Someone who's not on the thumbnail, who probably should be, is Jackson, because someone's mentioned it before. And Devin, let me start with you. You also, I think you mentioned it, saying about left wing and using him as that winger, for example. Do you think?
To be very clear, left inside forward, because
we don't play that.
Yeah, but we don't play inside forwards.
Yeah.
No. Listen. I hear that. I'm saying that is what's most likely going to happen. Is he's going to be deployed on the left, and since you guys know our system, he's most likely going to be off on the wing. But I'm personally saying, unless he turns into a creator, which I think is more of Jackson's strong suit than anything, which is creating and linking up play, then honestly, it will come down to a Joey thing, and he'll just end up being sold. So it's either he's going to have to adapt his game to Mariska's system. It's one of 2 things, which hasn't happened.
Let's put you down on the spot. Do you actually think Jackson will get sold?
Yes.
Yes. When it's all said and done,
seriously?
Yes.
Why? You want to know why, Guys, you want to know why? I'm going to tell you why right now.
Yeah, give me a logical reasoning, because I don't think
there's 2 reasonings. Okay, there's 2 major reasonings. Okay, the market for strikers at this current moment. Okay, the market for strikers at this current moment. All right. You're capable of getting the most that you possibly can in this market right now for strikers. Okay. And there's so many teams in world football that are looking for a striker. Okay. So many teams. All right. The second part is the money that we have to spend now. Okay. Now that we have this Champions League money, there are going to be teams that are going to test our resolve on Nico Jackson. Okay. Villa, for instance, I could see Manchester United getting desperate. I can see like there's teams out there that are going to be looking for a striker that are going to get desperate after the second half of after this Club World Cup window closes up for everybody. Okay, this guy at this current moment, if they're already looking for other strikers at this current moment, and there's 2 names and potentially 3 from what I read from Rob, like journalism Rob, like we're 100% going to be looking at options for us to sell him, especially if it's like a PSR swap with Villa, like for Morgan Rogers, which is someone who they want more like probably as much as anybody that's left on the field. Is that they want Morgan Rogers. So like if it comes down to it, I could see it being Villa where Jackson goes to. Basically, that's where I see it happening.
I hear what Joey's saying, Devin, and I hear it, but you know what it is? It's like he's not been there for that long for me to say they're going to ship him off yet. Knowing the ownership and knowing the model, and if the model is progressing a team who's young and to grow them, which is really cringe, isn't it? Like, it's not my ideal. It's not your ideal either, but I understand.
Yeah, logic. Of course. It's where we are.
I understand it. It's a bit cringe when I didn't even say it.
It's where we are.
That's how it is. But I don't know if that contradicts the model. I think it does a little bit, Devin, man. It contradicts it a little bit because you can't be he hasn't been that dross where you sell him now. I think it was
the other side of it is, though, there's a profit involved. There's a profit involved, bro. There is actually profit involved.
No, you know what? That I hear because, Joey, my thing's been, when people said to us, you're going to sell all your best players, you're only here for profit, which is also a load of rubbish, obviously, they're bantering. Yeah. I've always said they will never sell players which are part of the spine, which they always, world class. They wouldn't sell Lavia. They wouldn't sell Enzo. They wouldn't sell Casado. Unless you want to pay 200 million. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I don't think Jackson falls into that.
My point is, there's certain off-limit players we've heard of, right?
Sure.
Casado, Palmer.
Levi,
I don't think Jackson is one of them. So Jackson is not one of the off-limits. So I hear that point of view. I don't think he's like an Nkuku where he's done nothing, where he's like, let's get rid of him. I don't know. Unless someone comes with like 80 million or 70 million, which they won't do, I can just see him staying.
Get 50, 60. I would take 50 or 60 for him. No question.
Yeah, we'll make our money. We'll double our money probably. Yeah.
20 or 30 million on top of what we made, what we bought him for. Not even a question. I'm taking that.
But you know what, Dev? No, it's fine. It's just a question for Dev because I don't realistically see it happen. I agree that he can get sold. What was that? I really think he can get sold, but Dev, I just don't see it happening.
It just really depends who comes in. Like I said, they're not going to sell him at first. They'll essentially put him in a rotation with the strikers. Inevitably, if the scouting is worth a damn, one of the 2 people that come in should be a better finisher than Jackson. Therefore, they should be the starting striker. So at minimum, you're saying he's going to end up being a bench striker. So if he's off the bench, he stays. But Delap just came in. Delap to me is the rotational striker, the bench striker. So then what Joey is saying is, why are we ignoring the obvious route for Jackson, which is if you don't adapt to either another position, because having a 3rd-tier striker is we're not in Conference League anymore. That's actually irrelevant. We're not going to keep Jackson just to deploy him in the Carabao.
I mean, if we're getting a 3rd striker, he has to be like a winger that can play striker.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said deploy him on the left, because unfortunately,
even with the winger situation, like Devin said perfectly, we're going to have potentially Sancho, Noni, Neto, Palmer, Esteval, and the new guy, and him. No, that's semantics. Remove Palmer. It's still 7 players.
Because I think it's going to be. Wait. How did you get to 7?
So Noni, Neto.
Yep.
Esteval. Who else I just mentioned? Jackson.
Who's others? I see these are guys I wouldn't put I wouldn't even consider.
Yeah. So my thing is,
the ones I consider wingers, right, are the 4. There's 4 of them: Neto, Nani, Jaden, Esteval. That's the 4. And to me, we should get 1 more and make it 5.
We are going to get 1 more. Literally an update here which says that we already knew this, Joey, but Fabrizio Romano just said that Chelsea.
I think George should get a loan, bro. George deserves a loan to
whoever said George,
championship team, bro. I want George to play football, bro.
That's a good point, Nkuku and Felix are leaving, so there is space for Jackson to stay.
There is space for him to stay technically, but like
because then what would happen is,
to me, he already played with a short
he
squad.
replace Felix, and the new striker replacing Nkuku would mean you would have and you could play Sancho in the middle as well. I hear it, like it would work. I don't know why they don't play Sancho more in central. He would bang there.
I think Felix and Nkuku are going to fund whatever winger we go and get.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get winger first. We'll get winger first. But then we've got Santos who can play 8 or 10. Do you know what it is, boys? I feel like with the Jackson situation, because he's a segment on his own, it's gonna be very dependent on who's available. I think for me, if Nkuku leaves and Felix leaves, which is very likely, I think if we get a Rodrigo that someone said in the chat, of Williams, those wages will probably negate the idea of us getting another striker on top. Maybe they'll trust Jackson Delap. But I think if we go for more of a Gittins type or Garnacho type winger, then they might want to bring another forward in who's a bit more established. That's how I'm seeing it. But I don't, because for example, I don't see us bringing in Rodrigo and Gyokeres. As much as I want that to happen, can I realistically see that happening? That's borderline delusion. And if it does happen,
take Rodrigo. Here's the thing: is I'd take Rodrigo and keep Jackson if that's what we have to do.
You get the idea. You know what I'm saying?
If that's what we have to do, if we have to keep Jackson to get Rodrigo, I'm taking.
Let's make that clear. So Rodrigo's on the thumbnails. We explore him individually and his qualities. Well, Joey's spot on with that because this links to Jackson, innit, Dev? If you had the option between Gyokeres and a Gittins, or keeping Delap as number 1, or Jackson number 2, and getting Rodrigo, 100% I'm taking the latter. 100%. Rodrigo and Palmer with Esteval, that's a lot of creativity, and all we just need is for those wingers to add more output.
Bro, I think we're a lot of us fans, just because he's coming from Ipswich, a lot of us fans are underplaying how good Delap is, bro. Like, I'm really serious on how, like, the way that we're underplaying how good this kid is. Like, I'm not, bro. They're spending a 90 million on a guy who scored less goals than fucking Delap did in Bundesliga. Like in Bundesliga.
Yeah, let's close off the Jackson thing. So, Dev, just good point, Joey. We're going to speak on Delap right after this year. Dev, which one would you go for to wrap the Jackson segment? Would you rather go for Jackson and Delap 1 and 2, and a Rodrigo on the wing, or would you rather go for a Gyokeres up front and they get like a Gittins or a Garnacho? You're currently on mute, bro.
Good call. I was saying I do rate Gyokeres, but not if it means like a Garnacho on the wing. So I would take. I would probably do the first option. It's just I would be concerned because it's like I'm not saying Delap won't perform. However, it's like what we are missing in this team, which is what we've been missing for 8 years, as I keep saying, is a clinical goal-scoring striker. A Diego Costa, Region, hell, it could be just a slightly better version of Morata. Like that's how bad we need a finisher. So all I'm saying is, if we're going to use Delap in this system and he's going to be the primary striker, you guys are telling me he's giving me 15 goals in the Prem. And if he does that, that's what I'm saying.
Easily,
he does that, no problem.
He's like in his sleep giving us 15 goals. In his sleep, bro. He got 12 goals on a relegation side, bro. Overexceeded by 9. By 9. Meaning he should have only had 3 goals this season. Yep. That's what that means. Like, deep it. With the chant, we are the second or third most the creative team in this entire league. If the ball falls to this guy's feet, I expect good ball striking.
No, yeah, as you should. And so, that's what I'm saying. So it's like if Delap is giving me 15, then I can settle for not getting a Gyokeres, a Ekitike, or an Osman. But if you're asking me respectfully, I get Osman as well with Delap. And then, like I said, I know he's not going to do it for the wages. I've already told people we're not getting Osman. But I'm saying I would get him, I would get Delap, and then I can hear not getting Rodrigo. But it's like if you don't get me an Osman level striker, there's no excuse for us not getting like Rodrigo or Nico Williams. I can understand if we don't get Rodrigo.
Yeah.
But then that means you're going in for
I'm
Nico.
not a big
Like,
fan of Nico Williams, but I hear it.
nah, yeah. I'm just saying because if we're being honest right now, the entire market is so poor from a like overall quality perspective. So the fact I'm saying Nico Williams as a second choice is like where we are.
Yeah, that's a great point, man. Relative to the market. Let's talk about the lap now, man. Joey wouldn't speak on it. Joey, you rate the lap.
Yeah,
I've loved the lap. Everyone knows on his channel. Shout out Devin, shout out Devin and Joey. They know I'll be shouting the lap's name for time. I said I really like him. I'll give my opinion quickly so the other two can talk in more depth.
I'll
think
be
he's
right
pace.
back, okay? I'll be right back.
No, do your thing. You're both. Yeah, it's fine. My time to speak anyway. For me, chat, he's got good qualities we need, right? So he's pacey. He's got quality finishing, so ball striking ability is very good. He's very, very quick, and he likes to make defenders busy, and we need that. Jackson's a bit passive. Jackson's a bit slow. He's a bit weak, and he's jarring. He gets pushed over the ball, and chat, it's very, very annoying. When you see Jackson, and just defenders bodies him, and he just falls on the floor, all flimsy. The lap is going to cause a lot of problems purely because his work rate. And I like his technical ability as well on the ball. You know what people say he can't dribble? I fully watched this guy dribble in and out of defenders. And
forget the dribbling. What's the box presence like? That's the question. Like people get lost in that.
He's got better box presence than Jackson, 100%. Even the chance he missed because.
Here's the problem, right? Here's the problem with that, Des, right? Is you're talking about a team that doesn't have that same type that couldn't get him the ball enough. Like we're totally separate. We're like a totally separate type of conversation here. Like we're gonna be able to get him the ball. Like the way you have to look at to understand his box presence, you have to look at his time at like the U21s in City. Because even in that, right? He didn't say that, by the way, Cigar Blues. He just said that there's the opportunity for us to sign to sign to another striker. That's what we're trying to do at this current moment. And Nico is liked within the camp, and they're gonna keep saying that. Okay, like don't think that this whole Nico Jackson thing is just.
Hey Joey, can I just say something else? Do you really think the Chelsea reps, after just signing the lap, are gonna tell Ben Jacobs, by the way, we're looking for a number one tomorrow? Think about it, guys. Like the journalists are very, what's the word? Partisan. Meaning they have to be very objective. They can't be emotional. So he's literally repeating what they're telling him, which is, by the way, we're not looking for a number one. We're happy with the lap. We'll see how the market goes to see if there's other options. Basically meaning we'll see in it. Like we'll see in the market. That's it. Love for everyone in here, by the way. I haven't run this before Joey continues. Large of everybody in here. There's a lot of people in here respectively. I don't see the likes. The question is, I'm trying to add a poll and learn all these systems. Have you hit the like button? That's the question here. Have you hit the like button? Let's put it in the chat.
Hit the like.
Sorry, boys, I have to do this, man. Because I just
think that the way that people are talking about him, just because he's coming from this specific team, is just not giving him enough credit for his skill set. Okay, and you didn't get to see enough of it in like I watched quite a bit of Ipswich last year, like halfway through the year because we started to get linked with the guy. So like I started watching quite a bit of Ipswich throughout the rest of this year, and you start to notice that like with like the way that he is capable of holding the ball and holding off any defender in the Premier League, literally any defender, is just it's going to turn into something serious because his capability with the ball underneath his feet is once again an underrated skill, and his ball striking. This guy's played striker his entire life. Okay, like his entire life. So like we're not getting this we're moving this guy from he moved from left wing to striker or moved from the midfield to striker or like no, this guy knows where to be, bro. He just knows where to be. It's an instinct. After you've played for so long, it's an instinct. Period. Like Like this kid's gonna show up. Like we got a steal here. We got a steal here, but that doesn't mean we should stop. Period.
Yeah, we know this though. Like, and people, I don't care. Hit the like button for me. Have you hit the like button? It's very, very important you do that because you know what? You want to enjoy the content. Joey's spitting some facts. So am I. So is Dev.
Correct. I've watched every goal
like
he
button.
scored in the academy. Ernie.
Hit the like button. If you like the lap, hit the like button. If you like the content, the like button. Can't have people stingy in here. There's a lot of people in here. You spent at least on 50, 60 likes. Come on. Anyway. Yeah, man. Joey, I don't know what to say. I'm trying to start really good comments for the next segments as well because a lot of people comment, a lot of good stuff. So I'm trying to go through it. But Dev, I just think we missed that busy striker, bro. We just miss it. Jackson is way, way too passive. He's way too passive at times. And what annoys me about Jackson sometimes, Mandem, as well, is he just gets shrugged off the ball. And man, not nitpicking, by the way. I'm being deadly serious. A lot of times in games, Devin, you'll see a ball go in. And like, where's the striker? Oh, you see Jackson waltzing at the edge of the box. And that's when everyone goes, if we had a striker, they probably would have been there. And that's what you're missing, man. And I think Delap could add that. What have you seen from Delap you think could add to the squad? On top of that.
My thing is when it comes to Delap and a lot of these other strikers, it's about how they fit in our system, right? So it's like I'm seeing how they're playing in their other systems, and I want to reserve like my opinions because I believe it'll be biased. To me, Delap, at least from what I've seen at Ipswich, has to be a better finisher. Like there's just no way you overperform, not only from an XG perspective, but from an actual expected goals of you. Like how many chances are you creating for yourself, or how many times are you finishing the chances given to you? And he's overperformed in both metrics. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no way he can't be a better finisher. And at this point, with the amount of chances we're creating, that's what I'm leaning on. I'm not going to lean on, is he a better dribbler? I'm not going to lean on if he links up play better. I'm not leaning on any of that shit because we have lost the plot of what the hell a striker is supposed to do. A proper striker holds up the ball. A proper striker makes incisive runs into the box. A proper striker licks off half of these shots. We get into the box and somehow can't get in the back of the net. When that striker receives the ball from a rebound, it's a goal. When that striker receives the ball off of a cross that you see from Reece James or Cole Palmer, it's a goal. Look at how terrible Enzo took that header, and he still scored because that cross was that disgusting.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So we have a lot of those types of crosses. A lot of those types of crosses.
Brother, Neto himself, everyone's going in on Neto. I don't think people would go in on that
all the time. Yeah,
it's like I think people forget what players are in what system. If you watch Neto at Wolves, you know he had Raul Jimenez. If you know fucking anything about Jimenez, that man can head a ball. Go look at how many crosses that Neto has gotten assist off of just crossing to Jimenez, a proper cross, and Jimenez knows how to put a proper header in the fucking goal. So as far as I'm concerned, aerial is an issue, but I can let go of anyone's aerial deficiencies because people aren't going to come to me and say Gyokeres is a good finisher with his head or
there's nobody outside of Boltzmann that can give us that next level aerial ability.
Joey just said it. So it's like if you know you're not getting Osman, just let that go.
To be honest, the closest thing to Osman was we tried to get last year in Al Meridian. Like literally, like it's the closest thing that is in world football to what Osman's doing aerially is Al Meridian. So and like the one thing I hate doing these comparisons, but he actually is this kind of this style of striker. When I say Liam Delap is the closest version of what world football saw Diego Costa is, that's what he is. Okay, he's not this aerial beast, but he's a physical monster, right? Like he's going to take it, he's going to put his body into somebody, and he knows how to use and he knows how to turn on someone. Like that's just plain and simple. Like that, the ability with his feet is what the combination of the physical and technical ability of Diego Costa is what we were talking about. That's what brought the capability. That's what we saw. That's what brought him to the level that we knew he could get to. The 20-plus goal striker that we had with Aiden Hazard next to him. Like, that's what we had, right? This kid, not only has he played with Lavia, has he played with Palmer already, he's had this manager already in this system. Okay? This is the type of thing where it's too many matches, too much link up, too much camaraderie, too much just like of it just being already put together. And you're not seeing it. All I'm saying is this is who's probably going to start for us game week 1, regardless on who we buy. Okay?
Right.
Just regardless. Ekitike, Gyokeres, because these deals that, in my opinion, are going to probably end up happening after the Club World Cup. So this kid's going to have the jump of being able to play and start right away. Yeah, chemistry is 100, bro. Exactly. 99, Mash. Exactly, bro. The chemistry is all there for him to hit it. Hit the ground running for our team.
By the way, I can see us building up Gui to the backup while phasing out Jackson. What's your thought? I think he's going to get loaned out.
No. That's where people. That's what I'm saying. People, you got to be a little bit objective and watch your agendas of your own bias. Like, we're all people. We're all going to naturally have a bias to certain players. I've been seeing this view bias for a long time. My brother, he is not ready. He's not even remotely ready. He is raw. He is young. He needs proper loan moves. I think people forget how the structure of getting into first team football goes. You come into the club young, at a club like Chelsea, all the big top 6 teams. You are supposed to go on loan to a lower level club / team so you can get regular minutes, so you can build regular form consistently. That is how you end up starting for in the first team for a big club. So it's like you guys keep saying we're going to try to keep at present right now.
But if it was me, I'm not sending him to Ipswich, bro.
No, like, hell no.
I'm not sending him to Ipswich, bro. Like, you
know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Billy Gilmore to freaking Norwich. And then next thing you know, after that, he was gone. So what was the point of sending him to Norwich? We might as well have kept him for the season
or not Broya. Datro Fofana to Burnley.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. This isn't true.
Here's the thing.
And that's what I'm saying.
The one thing about you, though, right? Like, here's the thing is I don't want to downplay the kid's ability. Okay? Like, that's the one thing I don't want to do.
I hear
My guy is right, though. Okay? My guy is right, though. Like, he is right about him not being ready. Okay? How far he is away from being ready is where me and you could have a debate on, right? We could have a debate on that,
Absolutely.
right? Like I could debate that the fact of he is already at least a year or two ahead of where a 19-year-old should be physically.
Completely agree.
Like I can at least give him that, right? To me, he should be going to Strasbourg, okay? Because Strasbourg now has European competition, and they already have a guy that he would compete with that's already a part of our football club now with Omega. Now you're comparing.
And he would probably walk into that striker position.
I don't know. Omega's a very highly touted striker at this current moment in football. Like Newcastle want him. There's a lot of play. That's the reason why we signed him, right? As much as I believe it's going to be a flip, like this is what I believe, right? Like we have two strikers. We send two strikers of our own over there, right? And they both compete against each other while we have two strikers here compete against each other. And then next year we pick the 2 of the 4 that's the best, right? Like
I hear that.
That's the way that it'll end up playing out because you will be 21 by the time he comes back to Chelsea if he goes out. The Mega will be 23. The Lap will be 23, and Jackson will be 25. So, regardless, like where we are at, that's debatable. See, that's all debatable. All of this is debatable. Like you and Omega,
you know what?
It's
all going to be debates until we see them actually have a decent bit of form.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I say put them on the same team.
Yeah.
That's why I say put them on the same team. Have them compete against each other on the same team. That way, we don't have no worries about them going.
It's not even that.
Else
Just see them play. Just see them play. Just see them play consistently.
Needs another striker, by the way. It's not like
just see them play consistently, and then we can see literally, who's good or not. It's a weird debate. He's better than him. Yeah, at a moment in time, none of them are good enough. Hence, I won the lap. Hence, I went Gyokeres. Full stop. Semantics about he's quicker than him. He's got blonde hair. He's got brown eye. It doesn't really matter. Let's just see. Let's just see how they perform. Chelsea Football Club, no matter how the project is going or what project you have, is about having the best players in the best positions, isn't it? So I don't really care who it's going to be. Just get them out on loan, like the normal strategy, like Dev said before, and see how it plays out, innit? It's quite simple.
And I'm only saying that because Jew is 19. Like, if he was like in his 20s or something, we're having a completely different conversation. And what he's able to do at 19 is already impressive. So it's like, do the proper thing. And the reason why we're so desperate for him to play is because of how bad our striking option was, i.e. Jackson being injured and Jackson even playing. That's not changed the narrative and the context. The context of why we're so desperate and looking out for any sort of green shoot is because we had no striker. And when he was here, he didn't score for like 10 games. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So let's not rewrite history. Our striking options are crap. To go back to Jackson putting the lap with it, the lap's a great second option or first option. If he performs like Harry Kane when he went to Norwich, then went to on loan again, then went to Tottenham, then that's perfect. If he does an early Harry Kane in White Hart Lane back in the stadium and scores loads of good goals and stuff, then we've got a gem in our hands. And that might be the case. If not, in the market, we're probably going to go for another striker, in my opinion, and Jackson might leave. The only reason why I push back on that is because they haven't shown to be selling anybody who's actually been starting yet. You see? So a lot of people, rivals, who said we'll sell our starters, none of our starters have been sold. Nkuku is not a starter. So Jackson would probably be the first player who started for us the last 2 years who would be sold within a 2-3 year period. That's the only thing I'll be surprised by. But I understand it. I understand what these two are saying. He might go. And I won't care. Because at the end of the day, if I bring Gyokeres, even in Gittins, we're going to touch on as well in a bit, because that's another problem position that people aren't happy with. Because you've got Gittins and you've got Williams, and I think Joey or Devon said that the market is so poor for left wingers. So it's looking peak, you know? But market's poor everywhere, if I'm being honest.
Can you
let's wrap up on the lap.
The Undertaker FC up on the screen. I'm going to give him the attention that he deserves. No, the before that one. That one works too. That one works too. That one works too.
Yeah, you know, I might not even pick it up because it's pointless. I know exactly what he said.
Because this is what I'm saying. Like we are literally acting like this football club didn't accomplish its goals this year. And we had a terrible fucking window. We had a terrible window, bro. We had a terrible fucking window last week.
What confuses me is like, I don't know. I'm not gonna make the stream about this. I'm just gonna touch upon it.
No, we don't have to continue.
No.
I apologize
but you're right. No, Joe, you're right. It has to be addressed real quick. Guys, the agenda on the ownership itself, my word, you can dislike the ownership. I dislike the ownership because of what model they've chosen to take. What I cannot dispute is results, people. Guess what? They said in 3 years they would have us in Champions League. In 3 years, we are in Champions League. They said in 3 years we'd win a trophy. I'm aware of what the level of that trophy is. Regardless, they delivered. Now the point is to build. Now the point is to put the pressure on the board, on the directors, on the owners to get us back to the proper standard, the major trophies, the big boys. But my thing is, you guys have seen us. You've actually seen real progression, not that Arsenal project shit. You've seen proper progression. Went from 12th, abysmal, took a Champions League winning team, blew it up, 12th, then 6th, then 4th with a trophy. Why are you guys crashing?
And the only reason we didn't win the Europa League this year is because Manchester City was drunk at the wheel in the FA Cup. Because we would have won that too. We would have won that tournament too.
It would have been 3 for 3.
to think that we wouldn't have won that tournament. Like if we were in Europa, we would have won that tournament. Like it was that simple. Like we were winning.
If we got Spurs in the final,
like
if we got Spurs in the final, my word in Christ, we've done it to Arsenal, who are the better team, at a point when Arsenal were supposedly a better team. We would annihilate Spurs, as we do every season, 2 times, home, away, could be at a neutral location. Spurs get slapped the fuck up. Usually, Spurs are lucky to get a draw at our ground. That's how it goes. We usually beat them at White Hart Lane.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
They haven't bro, they haven't beaten us. I don't think they've beaten us at home since they've opened up the new stadium.
Brother, the last time they did was it Poch or Potter?
No,
one of them. No, it was Poch or Potter. Which one was it?
Bro,
which one was it? It was one of those outfits.
They beat us at home 2-0, remember? It was 2 years ago.
That's what I said. Poch or Potter. I want to make sure.
Bro, I don't even count that fucking season. I barely count that season.
That was like, so bad.
Bro, you understand? I don't think people understand the fucking turmoil that season was under.
No. Listen. They're saying this.
I barely count that shit, bro. That 12th season.
Yeah, we need to move on here. Let's get sidetracked.
Come on. I'm not counting that. They took our owner away a month before the fucking window, a month before the season started, and we're supposed to say, "Oh yeah, everything's gonna be great this year." Nah, it was always gonna be a shit show.
Listen. We live in reality, us three. And not even reality, but we can be objective in it. Like, if we were sitting in 12th for 3 years, do you think we'd be saying what we're saying?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly, bro. Bro, we had.
I don't know how to explain it. Obviously, not everyone has the same education level. Not everyone has opportunities. I guess everyone's
money. I will Undertaker. But I will bet you money. I will put money down on this. $100. I'll put a rack on it. What do you? I'm not broke. I'm not broke. Like, I'll put a rack on it. That Delap will score more than 15 goals this year. I'll put a rack on it. You got $1,000? Either if you got $1,000, you shut up. That's what I'm saying. Move then.
Undertaker, he's talking money, man. Sending that super rackers. I'll transfer it to Joey. Maybe I won't. Anyway, let's move on to Gyokeres. Yeah? Yeah, Mo, he's calling him out, man. Send that super in now.
I ain't speaking on Gyokeres, bro.
Games. You don't think he's going to score 15 goals?
You know what it is? No. Wait, Joey. Before you crash on these people, I don't think you guys even know how many goals Jackson is on. Jackson, terrible season. Just go look how many Premier League goals he has. After you see that number, I need you to just take a simple, deep breath and think about what Joey is saying. If Jackson, in terrible form, literally could have been on 12 goals, by the way, from how many chances he missed, but just actual numbers, he's going to see double digits. Like, how are you thinking that the lap's not coming in and seeing at least 15?
The lap is Maresca's guy, bro. What don't you get? He's gonna get game time. He's not gonna not play the kid. He's gonna get game time.
That's my point. Like, I think people get lost in this. It's 2025. People get lost in the sensationalism, the headlines. I wanna banner a guy today. Like, bro, Cole Palmer was supposed to have an ass season, and if you listen to people speaking properly about Cole Palmer when he was playing bad, it was us saying he's out of form, not he's a trash player, not anything. Cole Palmer is clearly, and I will come back to it, but he has to keep being consistent, a world-class player. Cole Palmer's problem is he has to be more consistent. That's fine. But when he was having a dump, no, that's what I'm saying. Oh, wait. Delap overperformed his XG by 6 goals. That's world-class chance conversion by the kid. I mean, factually it is.
Hey, you look, Joey, don't get dragged in. Yeah, let's leave it here. Joey, don't get dragged in.
Old men, son. I just cook old men. That's what I do, I guess. That's what I do.
What I do like about the Undertaker page means
old man coming here on YouTube trying to talk shit.
He likes listening to different ages on YouTube. And listen, we're all inclusive here. Trees, women, men, identifies books, 50, 60, pregnant, young guy in uni. I'm all inclusive. Do you know what I mean? So
no, but Chaz, that's what I said earlier.
Briefly, yeah.
There's agendas.
Yeah, That's why I make the channel, boys. You know I'm like. I don't like it, but I get bored of saying it every stream. That's why I leave it. But in terms of the Gyokeres, very briefly on him, do we actually want him, or do we want Oshiman or something like that? Very briefly on Gyokeres. If we got Gyokeres in, is that much more of a game changer to bring in Oshiman or Ekitike? What are you man saying? Which one for you would be like, that's perfect for me? Forget winger, because speak about that next. But would you rather have
I'll be
Gyokeres,
quick.
Ekitike, Oshiman? Like, what are you saying?
I said Osman for the simple fact that with the trajectory and momentum that Chelsea are having, any team worth their salt next year in the Premier League is going to start low blocking us again. What happened is, because we were in 12th a few years back, people lost their respect for Chelsea, rightfully so, and they started attacking us and attacking us. Coming to this season, this is the first season where people started deeping, oh shit, if we try to play like proper football, if we try to play I attack you, you attack me, we blitzkrieg people out the game. Wolves was a prime example of that. That 5-2 is disgusting. So what I'm saying is next season, when Wolves would, let's just imagine Wolves are our opening game, they're not going to come and attack us like that. They're going to get that mid-low block right. So my point is to, finish that off. I see Osimhen being better against the low block than I do Gyokeres. Gyokeres to me is the guy, he's available at the wrong time. He was made for us when we had Fabregas. He was made for us like when Diego Costa was essentially starting. When we have that quick transition, lightning pass from the midfield over the top, pass through the midfield, cut through the line. That's where Gyokeres would probably be the better striker, because I think we're going to get many low blocks next season. I would prefer Osimhen. Now, being realistic, and I'll conclude it here, Osimhen is supposedly not reducing his wages, so Osimhen isn't even the realistic option. It's going to come down to really Gyokeres or the other guy, Ekitike, which that one is the one I'm least familiar with, respectfully.
Before Joey speaks, because he's quiet, he's looking at something. Guys, 4 subscribers away from 1,320. 4 of you subscribed, very easy, but we're getting there. Easy. And once you subscribe, so I'm going to refresh this and 4 people will subscribe to me. I want you to go below, even Undertaker, who's Joey's best friend, and subscribe to Joey's channel in the description below as well. And then when you do that, you can hit the like button for me as well. So let me refresh this page. I better see those subs go up. I'm waiting for the sub, people. I'm waiting for it. 4 of you right now sub to the channel, because this is great content. Got a bit of beef in here as well. And we've got people disagreeing with Undertaker. And that's what we love to see. Let's make it respectful, though, yeah? Make it respectful.
Yo, Ben Jacobs is going a little crazy, bro. I'm just saying. He's going a little crazy. He's gone a little too far with all these links now, son. Yeah.
What's he saying now?
Nothing for us, bro. Like, he hasn't said nothing for us. But like,
he's on a mad run. He's on a mad run, isn't it?
He's just not. People are starting to believe him a little bit more, so he's just on his I'm getting a FaceTime. I'm getting a FaceTime. Let's get it. Let's, what I'm saying?
He said,
let me just
one day. Go on.
Let me address this last point. And I mean this with respect to Undertaker, because I want to make sure it stays respectful and that he continues with his disagreements respectfully.
Yeah.
The agenda I see from proper Chelsea, and when I mean proper Chelsea, I'm talking 40 years old or older that come from London or are born and raised into the Chelsea club. What is it about Americans involved in your club that pisses you off so much? And please try not to be xenophobic. I'm asking you genuinely, sincerely. Is it because we had a war back in the 1700s and we decided to secede from your nation? Like, what genuinely bothers you? I'm asking this because you keep saying sack the manager. You're saying sack the manager because the ownership chose the manager. Your issue with the ownership is they're American. You're not telling me from a footballing perspective what your issue is with the ownership.
Bro, we can't give him any more energy. We can't give him any more energy.
No, I hear that. I just want to know, like, respect. I'm being respectful about it. I want to know, like, what about it pisses you off so much? Like,
bro, it's just xenophobia. Like it's just like what racism is. It's just like xenophobia is going to be there's going to be xenophobics that are going to be xenophobics, bro. Like just plain blanket period. If it's not run by the people that they want it to be ran by, they're not good enough. Yeah, anything American and their anything that comes into their country that's American, they don't like. So it's just normal.
Yeah. Because Joey, I always brought this
Yeah,
up
we
because
are. So I'm gonna end off here. Let's leave it.
Like, all right. So I'm gonna get. Can we get back? So the question was.
Yeah. So the question was,
strikers.
who do you think?
Gyokeres.
The second option being the first option we're gonna buy. Do you think Gyokeres will work best with us? Devin made a good point saying Ostrom is going to be too expensive wages wise. Gyokeres or Ekitike is going to be the one. So, what do you man think?
Nah, it's your turn, Joe. Go.
So, like, to me, I think personally, if you're looking at like what it's kind of what we're looking at right now, right? Like, to me, do you want another what kind of profile do you want to counter Liam Delap? Okay. So, like, to me, Gyokeres isn't the one. I've watched enough of this guy to say that, like, it's a league thing. If you go watch the goals that he scores, I mean, there are some good ones, right? Which I believe he will be 15 to 17 goals in his first year, no matter what team, one of the top teams that he goes to. So it's not like you're getting that terrible of a return, regardless. But, like, I don't see Holland level movement in the box. He's not good aerially. His ball striking is phenomenal. I'll give him that. His ball striking is phenomenal. On transition, he's a demon. But how many opportunities do we play in transition? People started to catch on that they can't let Chelsea play in transition, bro. Let us play in transition and we got runners. What are we doing?
Facts.
See, that's just lies, bro. But whatever. You're just lying to yourself.
Whatever, Undertaker, man. Yeah, I respect everyone's opinions, but you've got to be objective. My main thing is you have your own opinion, but you need to also be at times objective. And at the end of the day, they got the best interests at heart. I don't think they're all at the final hugging on the pitch just to pocket 5 million bonus each.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the
My
day,
thing is they're already making profit, so I'm not even negating his last point. Yeah, hell yeah, they're in the business for making. You thought Abramovich was here just for fun?
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, like, them being on the pitch.
No, he was here for fun. He took a $2 billion fucking debt for this club.
Joey, this is what I'm trying to explain. Do you think how much profit he actually made off the club first before he put that $2 billion that he loved for the club? My thing is, I'm not saying that Abramovich didn't love the club. He loved the fuck out of the club. Probably the best owner the Prem has ever seen. I rate Abramovich. No one that's a Chelsea fan cannot sit here and not rate Abramovich. Exactly. What I'm saying is, they act like he didn't make mistakes during his regime and that we didn't make money. Like, he made hella money. As he should. Like, you're right. Stick back to the strikers. Go ahead.
So basically, to me, bro, I've been a year and a half yelling at this football club to get Victor Osimhen. If you go on my Twitter right now and you just type in Osimhen, it's probably 50 tweets of just me screaming for Victor Osimhen when Nico Jackson missed the shot. Like, I've been screaming for this guy I don't know if you guys go to my channel, you go to my early stuff, because my early stuff is literally last year. It's not like that long ago. You go to my early stuff, it's me wearing a cowboy tin hat, creating theories on how we can get to Victor Osimhen early in the window. And I made this long, drawn-out theory. It's 45 minutes long. I sat there, I created this theory on how and what the steps were for us to get to Victor Osimhen, and we were this fucking close last year. This close last year. From everything that I put together from the beginning of the window to the end of the window, coming to fruition, word for word, bar for bar on my thing, except we didn't pull the trigger. So, for me,
one sec.
Always been the guy. Always
been the guy. Because I just wanted to say, because of the comments really quick, because this one I got to kill immediately. Walking from Villa, why when we just got Delap? This is where I'm asking people, like, where's your mind at? So if you got Delap, if you would have told me we got Watkins instead of Delap, I'm not that upset. It's the same level of player I see there as far as initially. Delap, I think, has the higher ceiling. Delap has the higher ceiling. That's not up for debate.
Jay, I just want you to understand, it's greed under all parties. Him, Napoli, and the agent. All were just greedy on this guy. That's why his agent's fired, and he's never going back to Napoli.
Also, just I like to respond to comments that respond to us. Mash, that's spot on as well. Like I said, but once again, people also didn't see the books. Like Roman made hella money, bro, but that's neither here nor there. Go ahead.
So like I'm just on the wavelength, like bro, if there's the opportunity for us to go back for him. But to me, I'm not going and buying another striker right now. Like I'm going and figuring out this winger situation now. Get a winger next. Within the next few weeks, I need a winger in.
Yeah, so on that, we're going to speak on that now. It looks like Chelsea looking for a right-footed winger who could play left. In the next 2 weeks, we want to bring in one. And the only names we're linked with, boys, are Gittins, Garnacho, Rodrigo, and Williams. So similar to Jackson's situation, who we're going to sell. Man, I can't see Rodrigo coming in, man.
That's too much, to be respectful. Like, with all the positions we're supposedly looking to cover, the Delap is a good sign that they're hopefully going to move serious the rest of the window. That means they're going to go in for a center back, which is that's been reported since the season has ended. They're also going to go in for supposedly another striker. That's the one people are sketchy about. We got to wait and see. Clearly, window's not open, and they have visibly said they want a star player. That is the word. The star player they want has to be in the front. Whether it's the striker or it's the winger. That is their methodology. That is what is being reported by the directors. That is apparently how we're going to
play up front.
Yes, like that's why they were going in for Rodrigo, because they view Rodrigo as a star player and the winger that they need.
Where did you see that? They said that they're looking for a star player at Chelsea this summer.
Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio Romano, the classic people. They want a brown paper bag or brown envelope, whatever you want to call it. That's up to you. The point is, all three of them have literally said Chelsea are looking for a star player, and that star player being considered was Rodrigo. That was when the Rodrigo links first started to drop.
Oh, Rodrigo would be a perfect star player, man.
Yeah, exactly. So my point is, it all depends on the money.
I know we're talking about wingers, Devin and Joey.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a window where we get like Gyokeres, Delap, like Hato, and like a Rodrigo?
I can't imagine it, and I still imagine people crashing on the ownership despite getting all these people.
I wonder if we done this stream in 2 months' time. I wonder what they'd say then. They probably moved the goalpost again and said we should have done it last year.
Exactly. Precisely. But my point is, neither here nor there. We're in the present, and in the present, I also forgot to tell you,
good information right now. I just got I'm getting some great info right now, bro.
Yeah, what Evan said is spot on.
They would be willing to sanction like a higher wage Rodrigo. Like in their head, Devin and Joey and Devin know this, but for the chat, everyone listening, big up everyone for listening. Joey's channel's in below. He goes live as well. Devin also features other people's channels. So make sure you're supporting all the man them. Also, subscribe to the channel. Have you subscribed? Because I'm still waiting for those 90 subscribers. And there's enough people in here to fill that to get me to the next milestone. Yeah?
Come on, boys. Subscribe, Joey.
Come on, man.
Support the content.
Movement. Right. So, boys, Rodrigo is one of the players Chelsea's willing to be more flexible with, because I think if Rodrigo came in there to want 250 base rather than a 180 and 190, they would be willing to do that. But the problem with Rodrigo is he needs to want to leave, because if he's not willing to want to leave, you're going to have to pay a lot of money to persuade Real Madrid to sell him for a certain fee. Does that make sense? But if he himself pushes for a move and goes, you know what? I've spoken to Alonso, I've spoken to Perez. They're basically saying I'm going to get the same minutes as last year. Then his price goes down. And Ben Jacobs has said today that the price is actually going to be 90 million euros, which isn't even that much for Rodrigo's level. And someone said this in the chat, which is a perfect segue to my own point, which was this. He said, last season, Rodrigo had 10 La Liga goals in 34 games, and this season is 6 in 30. Please stop glazing this player, guys. Playing for Madrid doesn't mean rubbish if he doesn't deliver. But the point isn't that. The point is that he, in our opinion, is a gem that's being wasted in the league, right?
No, you know what it is? You know what it is, in my opinion?
Can get more out of him, basically. So it's worth money.
This is a left winger playing out of position. Okay? It's been this way for since Vinny showed up, pretty much.
No, they would not. One sec, Joey. They would not revolt. What do you mean? He's like
saying,
five-time,
give him the Reece
four-time
James
Champions League
contract.
winner.
You give him the Reece James contract. That's all you do. You
No,
literally
what's
just give him the Reece
what's
James
your
contract.
logic? Not in a midway. No, Omar. I think you're from. You sound like you're from Southern Africa. Who's your name? Zimbabwe or Zambia, or whatever. Cool. But bro, why would they revolt if he's Rodrigo? He's Rodrigo. He's not no next Garnacho. He's like a star player.
Champions League winner.
That's what I'm saying. Like, modern day football fans confuse me. Like, what players do you guys rate as far as top level? I'm not even talking about world class. Like, what is a top level?
Good question.
If Rodrigo is not a top level player to you, like, what are we saying?
I got some good news.
Tell us off. Go on, Deb.
No, I'm finishing that point right there. Like, what's a top level?
It's a good question for the chat.
Like,
let's ask before Joey spills the juice. Yeah, let's ask the chat. What do we see as the benchmark nowadays? Is Rodrigo not the benchmark? Is Saka?
I'll give people an example. Give everybody in the chat so that I can understand you. Give me one striker name and one winger name that is top class to you. Because some of you are shitting on Rodrigo. So give me a player better than Rodrigo.
Why are we comparing a 40-year-old, nearly a 40-year-old Willian at Fulham to a 24-year-old Rodrigo at this current? Bro, I didn't even know if I read that. This is madness. Oh, no, this is actual madness, bro. This is actual madness, bro. This is madness. This is actual
I'm
madness.
humbled. There's so many people in this chat right now. Like, but I didn't realize this is how YouTube works. I didn't. Bro, that doesn't even make sense. Why?
No. But look at the chat. Look at how many people are saying the same name: Isak, Rodrigo. Like, so I know I'm not crazy. That's why I'm just asking for some fans.
The
information
I just got. So this is how football works, right? I am sure eventually we are selling Enzo Fernandez to Real.
Matoma's all right.
We all sit here. We can all sit here and say, Enzo Fernandez is probably going to end up at Real Madrid one day.
Oh, okay. That was different. Yeah, that's different.
All right. Yeah. One day that is a fact, right? So these are the types of conversations that happen. It's not happening right now. They already had conversations about Enzo, but though, like earlier this month, as everybody pretty much knows already. Rodrigo was also spoken about in that manner. Okay. The money situation right now is interesting at Real Madrid because they've already put a lot. They've been spending some money here and there in some different places, and they didn't win anything this year. Also, they're still paying for. They didn't pay up total for Mbappe. It's a yearly thing that they have to pay Mbappe. That's how they do these free signings. Is that these big sign-on bonus come out yearly. So they have a lot of money that'll come up. They do want 90 million, okay? They do want 90 million. But Chelsea has come out and said that they want to buy a superstar. Okay, they want to buy they still want to spend big money on someone this window.
Yeah, I'm not even giving ITK shit. Like, it's actually a fact. This is what they want to do.
This is directly from somebody in the Chelsea camp right now, though. Like, this is directly somebody that's connected to within the Chelsea camp right now.
What, that we want to sign a star player this window?
Yeah, bro, I told you when I was saying that it's not ITK leaks. It's not even from a camp. Like,
so that's a good thing because like the chat's proven, there's only a finite amount of number of them, so we can kind of narrow it down.
Yep.
Like it's gonna probably be a Gyokeres, Rodrigo. Or like a mad centre back like Bastoni. It can't really be a lot of players.
I don't think.
That's what I'm saying. If it's a centre back, you're talking very, very few players. But there's Bastoni's of this world. So
there's one, bro. There's
that's
one.
That's Bastoni.
There's one, and he's not available.
People saying Barcola. I've seen Barcola's good in it, but like he plays on the right.
I don't think he's available either. He's part of that
right. He's not available.
I don't want him anyway because
he just got bought too. Like, it was just last year he was bought.
It's
and also 1 point.
Maybe Liao.
We fucked up on not just giving Doué what he wanted though. We
Yeah,
fucked
Dure
up.
would have been
'Cause
solid
we had
as
that
well.
deal, right? We could have pulled that deal. We could have, but we wanted to send him to Strasbourg. Now he's at PSG cooking.
Yep. And he's cooking at PSG too.
Two and fro, isn't it? If we had Elise, we wouldn't have got Palmer. Is what it is, isn't it? I'm saying
But no.
that's
What
not
somebody
true.
said.
That's not true. We were trying to get Elise last time.
No,
We already had Palmer.
no.
BSEC isn't available, people.
Huh?
No, people keep saying BSEC, but I don't think BSEC wants to move.
He is available. He is available.
No, they say he's available, but the word around the street, and I'm not saying IGK,
Dave,
based
that's what I
on
wanna know.
Fabrizio, is he doesn't want to move.
What I want to know
Big
is
up, guys,
why the
reading.
likes so low. What I want to know is why there's a lot of people in here. The likes are very low.
The agent wants him to move because he could get a bigger contract, probably.
People are asking where are you getting this information from?
Real cool. Guys.
Yeah, if I just told you that.
Guys, you're enjoying the content. It's a very laid-back stream on a Friday afternoon, Friday morning, I think, for these two as well. So they're very relaxed. But we must hit the like button. Yeah? Do that for me right now. And subscribe to Joey in the description below because he's got content there. I'm looking in the chat to see what you man are saying. Once you subscribe, let me know. Once you've subscribed, can we hit the like to support? Yes, we can. Smash that like button. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to Joey. I hit the like button time ago. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Who hasn't hit a like button? Let's put it on here. Joey in that. Give me 1 second. Have to do this, man. Because he's not to move mad. They'll sit here, enjoy the content, and not hit the like button. And it doesn't make sense. Where's my little thing gone? Pause. That sounds crazy. Where's it gone, chat? Hit the likes. There we go. Hit those likes. Subbed. There we go, Jay. Come on. You absolute bombs with the like button. It's a fact. Come on, man. Enjoy the content. Joey's about to spit some facts, some ITK stuff. And you lot don't want to subscribe to the channel. Let me check my YouTube account. I should see subscribers go up now. I'm not doing this for no reason. Says, I think Badashile gone. Come on, chat. Let's do this.
I think Badashile is irrelevant. Like the stream. That's what we're focusing on. I want to see at least 5 more likes. Get 5 more likes. We keep talking. Yeah. I'm not putting my camera on for another 5 likes.
Few good pieces of good news. Garnacho is seen by the club as like a problem causer, so we're probably like going to be far away from him. He also has links to Napoli, Bayern Leverkusen, and a Saudi move. That's kind of like off Chelsea, but good for us because we were linked with them, and any links that you see are probably not that close. Let me see here. Someone, whoever said Ollie Watkins in the chat is actually is actually right. Something that is he wants to play more regularly, and Villa, like I said with Nico Jackson earlier, are looking for a striker.
Oh, not a swap deal.
Bro,
I'm gonna be real with you.
I think that's a good move for Manchester United if they need to get a striker.
Correct.
Like a striker.
Correct.
Yep. Part of this is coming from Rob Prattley. Part of this.
Duran was a good shout, but he's.
Viega burned some bridges at the club, so he's definitely getting sold. Chilwell might be released on a free.
Joey, on a separate stream, we're gonna do that. We're gonna run the amount of outgoings that need to get done, bare minimum in this window. Because it needs to be 10. It needs to be 10 minimum, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm pretty sure I can ask both of you, name me 4 players that need to go, and I'm pretty sure we can come up with 3 different players each. Like that's how peak it is. Like
clubs losing patience with Fofana because he rushed himself back from the injury.
That's why we're looking to get 2 centre backs, not 1.
At a certain point in time, like the uncomfortable conversations will come. Like Fofana will have to get sold. If we end up moving for a second striker and Jackson cannot perform, Jackson will have to get sold. If we win a big trophy and people are gonna get sold.
This summer, bro.
Enzo de Madrid,
this summer,
for example.
Chelsea are linked to get another striker head of the lap. And we're looking to get rid. And we're looking to buy 2 centre backs, which tells you everything you need to know. They don't rate the centre backs and they don't rate the strikers. Simple. Which is, by the way, partly their fault because they bought these players.
Always. But it's like
not all your hits are going to hit like that, innit? And obviously, we've got loads of dead wood to get rid of. So a lot of money could potentially be coming in. KDH, Sanchez, the Sarsi.
That's a beautiful thing.
If Fofana is capable of passing a medical, we'll be able to sell Fofana. Like,
wait.
Passing a medical.
This is a good question we can ask, and then I'm telling you, I know Ches can do a follow-up stream on it, which is, chat, go ahead and put 3 names that are current Chelsea players on our books that are in the team that absolutely have to go. I mean, your top 3. And then, boys, that's up to you. You can shoot that or, save it for when we do the other stream.
Okay, but cool. And
I just want to see.
Callie, can you do you have WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Throw your phone or WhatsApp in the.
I got you. Yeah.
Chat, man. You heard Dev, man. Name me 3 players you want sold in the team.
All right, I'm gonna start reading some of them out because I'm seeing them now. All right, so we got Disasi, Sanchez, wow, Jackson, not Chilwell, not Jackson is your top 3 players that needs to go. Holy shit. Disasi and Nkunku Sterling, spot on. Mo, right there. Disasi and Nkunku Sterling, spot on, brother.
Well, Disasi, Villa want Disasi, by the way.
I know. I see it happening this summer, to be honest, Joey. That's why I was like, I'll say mine, but. We got Dacho Fofana, Broha, and Washington just from the strikers. That's a good shot as well. People saying Wesley. I'm seeing a lot of Disasi.
All right. Let me get this from you real quick because I gotta head out of here.
Number 1 name on the chat. Look at everybody's response. Disasi is the number 1 name out of everybody. That's peak, man. Yeah, Disasi has been a horrid signing, respectfully. You know who Disasi reminds me of? He reminds me of Star from the previous regime, man. Where we thought Star was gonna be something, and he wasn't it, man. He wasn't it.
Yeah, but we didn't pay any money for him.
No, I know. It's a different scenario, but I'm just saying, like, you get what I'm saying? Where like it's similar profile, similar builds, and we thought they were going to be in the back line and a steady, like, rotational piece in the back line, and it didn't happen. Everyone has seen what this. All
right, I gotta head out, boys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
No, love Joey, man. There was 2 funny men said, we already know what disaster he causes. But people, I'm out of here as well, man. A lot of you in here, hour and 22 minutes in. That was a crazy stream. That was hectic. But I hope you enjoyed it. Back on the weekend as per. Hopefully we can bring another winger in and striker in the next week or so. Be good. And we'll speak, especially on Monday. We'll get the streams going again, get the panel in here. A lot of people in here as well, so I appreciate all the likes and all the follows. Can we get a cheeky few subscribers right now? I'm refreshing my page.
Anyone that hasn't subscribed, just go ahead. Just hit the subscribe.
There's so many people in this chat.
Yeah, man. That's how it goes.
If I got all the subscribers now, I would have 1,400 subs like right now.
Yeah, that's how it goes. What I try to tell people, I'll help you with this one, is people, if you're actually watching this stream, if you actually watch this stream for more than half an hour, you might as well subscribe because it means you want to look at the content. No man or woman, respectfully, would sit here and spend over half an hour unless they like the content. That's why we ask for a like, or you're interested in what people that are following your club have to say, right? So all I'm saying to you is, if you're one of those people and you're not subscribed or you haven't liked the stream, that's all any streamer will ask you for. Just a like and a subscribe. They're not asking for notice. Ches never asks for super chat. He doesn't ask you to pay money on his streams. He doesn't ask you to be a member. All Ches asks for is a like, and if you really are watching his content, to subscribe so you can see when he's dropping more content.
Bro,
I promise you guys.
You guys are still listening to me, so clearly there's some sort of value here. Because I stopped doing content. Dev knows this. I stopped doing content from like January till like March. And I've only been consistent the last like month or so. And it's tough, man. It might look easy, but it's tough. Because it's very tough because I like
people don't understand. It's like he has to work too, people. It's not like he's sitting big with 100,000 subscribers. If you guys want him to make more content, you have to show him that attention respectfully. It's not even asking to like make him bigger than it is. It's he needs that attention in order to get more time to make content. That is how the YouTube game algorithm works, people. So help us beat the stupid
I'm
bot.
happy I got it back. I got the algorithm back. I'm happy, but it could definitely improve,
Yeah,
man. If you like smash a like
yeah.
button, imagine everyone subscribed. Imagine that.
Nah,
But anyway,
yeah,
enough from us.
you're good.
It has worked because it's gone up by 10. But people, there's still
Told
60
you.
of you in here. If 60 people here hit the sub, I'll make my goal. Can
No,
I
but
get another?
Chez, you saw that? A quick little speech, and you explained the algorithm, and people are like, oh, fuck it, I'll hit the like. Like it's like that, bro. I don't even blame the viewers.
Yeah,
Like it's
it's
the way
human nature,
YouTube
innit?
works.
Like people will do
Yep.
things until you tell them to do it. It's like normal
Yep.
advertising. If you just
Absolutely.
like if you McDonald's never advertised, they wouldn't be what they are today. It's just how it is. Word of mouth
Right.
can only go so far. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You need to subscribe, you need to hit like button, you need to be commenting. Make sure you enjoy the content. The timestamps are there. I'm watching the like count, the subscriber count right now is going up. Well done, guys.
Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow though. In a bit.
Absolutely.
Peace.